Life, in its quiet cruelty, often confronts us with trials so severe that they strip away the illusions we cling to, leaving us bare before reality. Most people pass through the world blind, never noticing the subtle storms that shape their character. But there are those rare souls, those who survive not because the storm spared them, but because they endured it and were transformed by it. And if we know where to look, the signs of that survival are quietly etched in their being. 1. The calm that reigns where fear once lived. The first hidden sign is subtle yet undeniable. It is the profound calm that emerges in the midst of chaos, the stillness in our mind when others panic, the quiet composure when all around us is crumbling. The world is a theater of impulses where people react immediately to every insult, every injustice, every unexpected turn. But those who have survived life's true tests do not react from instinct. They act from wisdom. Seneca once wrote, "We are more often frightened than hurt, and we suffer more from imagination than from reality." Those who have survived their soul's dangerous test have learned this truth not in words, but in experience. Their calm is no longer a practice. It is the residue of trial. They have seen despair, faced betrayal, and stared into the void. And yet they still move forward with measured steps. Their hearts are tempered steel, their minds clear water. This calm is not pride nor arrogance. It is the quiet evidence of mastery over fear, the invisible mark of resilience that few will ever notice, except in moments of true crisis. When we encounter such a person, we sense their depth, their unshakable stability, and in their presence, the chaos of the world seems less threatening. 2. The wisdom that emerges from silence and solitude. The second hidden sign is even more elusive. The soul that has endured speaks not with many words, but with discernment and precision. It is not the loudest voice in the room, nor the one that demands attention. It is the quiet observer, the one who understands that most conflicts are born of misunderstanding and most answers are born of reflection. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, reminds us, "The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. Your soul takes the color of your thoughts." Those who have survived life's most dangerous trials think carefully. They do not waste energy proving themselves, impressing others, or seeking approval. Their wisdom is forged in solitude, in the long hours of reflection after suffering, when the soul is forced to confront its own weaknesses and illusions. Such people understand impermanence. They know that most struggles are fleeting, most words are empty, and most emotions are temporary. Their discernment allows them to navigate the world with a quiet power, a power not measured in influence or dominance, but in clarity of thought and depth of understanding. In this silence, they are not lonely. They are vigilant. They are watchful over their inner life, protecting the one thing that cannot be taken away, their reasoned mind. 3. The unseen strength of emotional independence. There is a rare breed of person whose strength is invisible to the casual observer. These individuals move through life untouched by the trivial judgments, fleeting opinions, and hollow praises that so easily sway the masses. Their power lies not in loud declarations or public victories, but in the mastery of their own mind and emotions. A mastery that only emerges after surviving trials that would shatter most souls. The psychology of people who endure life's harshest tests reveals a fundamental truth. Emotional dependence is a prison, and freedom is found in self-sufficiency. Seneca, in his letters, warned, "A man is as unhappy as he has convinced himself he is." Those who have truly faced adversity understand this intimately. They realize that the world will always seek to destabilize them through betrayal, disappointment, or failure. Yet, they have learned not to rely on external validation. They understand that no one can bestow worth upon them because worth is already earned within the soul. Emotional independence is not coldness. It is not the absence of connection or empathy. Rather, it is the deliberate refusal to let one's inner peace be dictated by forces outside of oneself. People who have survived their soul's trials cultivate a sanctuary within, a space where judgment, envy, and resentment cannot reach them. They do not seek approval because they know it is fleeting. They do not fear rejection because they have faced solitude and discovered that being alone is far less frightening than losing oneself in the expectations of others. Marcus Aurelius observed, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Those who demonstrate this level of control have survived not only external hardships but internal ones as well. They have faced the destructive voices of fear, anger, and doubt, and instead of surrendering, they have confronted them with reason. The result is an inner fortress, impervious to emotional manipulation, resilient against chaos. This independence transforms the way they navigate relationships, work, and life itself. They act with intention, not impulse, with patience, not haste. They are unshakable not because the world bends to them, but because they no longer bend to the world. And those who encounter them cannot help but feel a quiet awe, even if they cannot immediately understand its source. The tragedy of society is that most people never cultivate this strength. They tether their happiness to the praise of others, their identity to social approval, their worth to material success. But those who survive the soul's tests, the ones who emerge quietly powerful, understand that life's greatest victories are internal. They do not need to display their mastery. It is evident in the subtle ways they respond to adversity, in their unwavering calm, in the absence of desperation for recognition. In truth, this emotional independence is a form of dangerous intelligence. It allows them to see the world clearly, to act decisively, and to maintain equilibrium where others falter. It is the hallmark of a survivor, a soul that has endured, learned, and emerged stronger than before. It is not flamboyant. It is silent, yet unstoppable. We, who strive for the same mastery, must recognize that true power is cultivated in solitude, forged in the fires of adversity, and maintained through deliberate control of our mind and emotions. This independence is the invisible proof that our souls have endured, that we have survived the tests most cannot even perceive, and that we now carry a strength beyond the comprehension of the ordinary. 4. The subtle power of silent observation. Among those who have walked through life's trials unscathed, there exists a quiet, almost imperceptible strength. The ability to observe without reacting, to understand without interfering, to perceive the truths that elude most people. This is the psychology of the truly resilient, the secretly powerful. Those who have learned that silence is more potent than noise, that restraint often carries far more weight than action, and that wisdom lies not in telling but in seeing. Stoic philosophers long ago emphasized this principle. Epictetus taught, "We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we can listen twice as much as we speak." Those who embrace the art of silent observation recognize that the world is a theater of human folly, a stage where impulsive emotions, unearned pride, and shallow attachments play out endlessly. The majority rush to participate in the chaos, seeking validation, recognition, or fleeting pleasure. But the one who has mastered themselves steps back, quietly absorbing, analyzing, and learning. Every gesture, every word, every unspoken tension becomes a lesson. In this observation lies the power to act decisively when necessary, with clarity that others cannot achieve. This power is not merely intellectual, it is profoundly emotional. People who observe silently are rarely provoked into anger, envy, or fear. They see the transitory nature of emotional storms around them and remain untouched. Marcus Aurelius reflected, "Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been." Those who practice observation have internalized this. Harm is not inflicted by external events, but by allowing the mind to surrender to chaos. By watching without reacting, they cultivate a psychological armor against manipulation, gossip, and social pressure. Moreover, silent observers gain insight into human nature itself. They perceive motives, weaknesses, and strengths with uncanny precision. While the majority act on impulse, they plan with foresight. While others are consumed by ego, they maintain equilibrium. They understand that the loudest voices in the room often carry the weakest reasoning, and the most frantic actions conceal insecurity. They learn to anticipate outcomes, to navigate relationships with subtlety, and to protect themselves without confrontation. The beauty of this skill is its invisibility. A silent observer may appear passive, disinterested, or unremarkable, and therein lies the advantage. The world underestimates them because true power rarely announces itself. As Seneca wrote, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." Those who understand this do not need attention, approval, or admiration. They quietly command respect through composure, judgment, and self-mastery without ever needing to force it. In life, those who act impulsively often fail, distracted by emotion or desire. Those who speak without thinking are easily deceived. The silent observer, however, has already seen the pitfalls, anticipated the reactions, and chosen the correct path. This patience and foresight create opportunities that the untrained mind cannot perceive. Opportunities appear not because of luck, but because they are earned through deliberate restraint and mindful attention. We, who wish to cultivate similar mastery, must recognize the immense value of watching more than we act, of listening more than we speak. The world rewards the loud, but it ultimately bends to the wise. By observing silently, we protect ourselves from the destructive forces of impulsive emotion and social manipulation. We gain clarity in chaos, foresight in uncertainty, and power in subtlety. Ultimately, silent observation is more than a habit. It is a statement of self-mastery. It signals that we are no longer captive to the noise of the world, that our strength is internal, and that we can navigate life with precision and calm that others cannot fathom. It is the hidden mark of those whose souls have endured, who have faced life unshielded and emerged quietly, invisibly powerful. If you've felt the weight of life and learned something powerful today, remember, mastery begins within. Stay silent when the world shouts, stay strong when it falters, and never let chaos control your mind. If this video spoke to you, hit that subscribe button and join us. We're building a mind that can endure anything, a soul that cannot be shaken, and a life guided by clarity, strength, and quiet power. Don't just watch, transform.